the strings are getting chewed up a bit. Oh, focus for me. Camera, that's all you can see, right? There we go. Maybe we'll zoom in there. Now, here we go. You can see between rubbing against the frets and that stuff, they're wearing away. You're getting a little bit of a dull sound to them. So, what we'll do is we'll change them out, put on some new strings. Nylon classical ball end. These are by Ernie Ball. They're the earth wood. I'll give these a try. Good picture of that. All you need is little wire snippers. I kind of like the ones with the little springy action. Got a little spring there, so it brings it back when you cut it. And some type of guitar tuner, either a Korg or Snark or something like that. We're going to tune up one step higher than anything else, so it'll be, you know, F instead of E, and then we need a little winder guy. Ooh. That'll save us some time here on these guys when we go to put those in there and tighten those up. So here we go. Get them all tied down here, twist it around the string itself, and then pull it down this way. I like to push them all off to the side this way. This one I did this way, but the rest of them I got going down this way. Sometimes people go these three down, these three up. I don't like really to have anything like that. It'll be in your way. So this one's not in my way. So that's okay. So when you get your palm resting there, even if you go back here to kind of mute the strings. Kind of sound there, so there we go. All right, first thing we're gonna do, go ahead and take these. It's gonna be all loose now. String's all loose, and you can also hear this had tension on it. Now it's rattling around in there. If it's too wobbly, you just tighten this open gear right there. Tighten that just a little bit. That'll take out some of the slack. If it's really, really loose. Otherwise, you want it to be able to move a little bit, you know? Once you get that string in there, then it'll hold the tension on there, so it won't be so loose. So, you got this guy pretty loose. Let's do some more. This is so much fun. I love doing this kind of stuff, playing with guitars. So once you get it really, really loose, like that, usually you can take the string, slide it back through the hole and get it out of there. If you're not going to keep these, you're going to get rid of them, then you don't need to do any of that. You can just cut them off and throw them away. But they're in decent shape. I keep them on the guitar. What the heck. So you get it all loose. I'm working on getting it loose. Let's see if I can get it on the camera. loose now. It just slides right out. Voila! Get that one done. Same thing. I'll do this one. Nice and loose. Here's our string. Once that's real loose, I usually just feed it right through there. Is it gonna go? Maybe it's right here. There we go. See, I got that all loose. I can just take the string and pull it right through. And we got this going on. So what we do there, take this and just kind of try to push it back through the hole, and it'll loosen the whole thing up and bring it up towards you. Then what you do is just untwist this part. So it's twisted up, just untwist that until it all comes off, just like that. Make sure I got it in the camera. See how it's all loose, and it's just ready to fall off there. And once that's done like that, I'll let it pull through, and then we go the other way. Oh no, I'm stuck in there now. The end was hard at the end when I should have cut that off. Should have come in with my snippers. Where is it? Right there. This part I should have just come in and cut that off like right there. And made it a nice flat spot to slide right out. That would have been easier. Alright, so now I gotta keep my little pieces, my trusty snippers, and the E-string is off. So what I always do, I grab what's left of it, wrap it around my fingers until I get it into a nice little ball, and once I get it to the end, I'll bring it inside the little windings, wrap it around again, and again. And you got this neat little ball sitting there. And if each one of the strings come in a package, you could just set these back in the package, and then they mark on it used and the date, just so I know, one, how old they are, and two, that they're used. You can tell right away, usually at least on the bigger strings, you'll be able to tell right away because of the worn away parts on it. But on the nylon strings, sometimes they look pretty nice. It's just not all beautiful like it is in the package. Let's go over to big E string. And we got that really loose. Just do this a couple times. Then it all starts unwinding in there. Here. Are we tied up? Oh, I did. I wrapped it around there. So straighten it out until it's like that, and then it's just a matter of grabbing it and feeding it through and fall back out. Now what I like to do is go ahead and start this where it's sitting, like right there, so you can slide the string right into it and get going right away. So, a new package, and open that up, get into our strings. See, each one's individually wrapped, so you could just take one out and then put the old one in the package here and then write on it what we got going on. So, let's finish this up right here. I'm going over to here. Now we got this string all loose and everything, so we push it backwards a little, while I'm lifting this part up to get it all loose. Sometimes it doesn't want to cooperate. Get it in there. Now it's all loose from where that was. And then what I'll do is I'll take where the windings were and just undo it. See where that is? I'm gonna undo it. Undo the winding. So now I got it like this. Untwist it around the wire. And if it's going to be nice and smooth, it'll come straight out without an issue. Do the same thing. Wrap it around my fingers until I get that string all together. Take the end of it and wrap it around to the end. So I've got like a fairly condensed little thing of wires there. And then grab the new one. Voila! See how nice the new one looks. It's got a ball end on these ones, so we'll have to cut that off. And what I'll do is I'll take the old one, put it inside that package, so I know where that is. Oh, it came undone, so I'll just redo it again real quick. Wrap it up, wrap it around itself a couple times. Try to keep it into a little ball. And put that in the package. Save that for another day. I'm just going to mark on there used. And I know that one's no good anymore. Or it's got less life in it than it used to. So, I'm going to come back over here to the guitar. We're going to take this part, slide it right through the hole. And if you bend it up a little bit and then push it back down, it'll start to spring forward. Otherwise, it's going to run right into your bridge right here, or your saddle on the bridge. So see, if I pull it back again and go through, it's going to smack it right there. But if I just bend it up a little and then push it through, bend it up a little and then push it through, it raises itself over the saddle there. See that? And you got that. So you pull it all through. Oh, what a cool sound, huh? This part, you take, you bring it into here, and what I do is I give myself a little extra room because I know I'm going to cut it all off. I go around it. Now, if you want it to go upward, you're going to go this way, and you're going to wrap, and it's going to go upward. If you want to go downward, you go this way. And then, once you get it around the string, see like that, all I do is bring it around the string, then I'm going to take it through the hole that I've created. Got a little bit of a bend right there, and I'm going to go 1, and pull it a little tighter, 2, and pull it a little tighter, easier said than done sometimes, huh? Once I get the second one on there, go back through the hole and pull it a little bit. It wants to fight me sometimes. So you get it right here. You get it right there. And you kind of pull it tight just a little bit. Just a little tight. So I can hold on to the ball end and pull it in, make that snug. See, the ball end is sitting right there. If you want a little extra, you can always give yourself a little extra room and then pull this all the way back out. Give yourself a little extra string right there. Then you have plenty of room with a big circle. Even if I push more out, give myself a decent amount of room to then do this. So again, I'm going around the string, around itself, and then into the hole. So you push it down and into the hole. See that? And I'll do it again. Bring it through the hole and then down. Now I got a little bit hanging off the end, and I got a little bit right here. So then I just make that horrible sound and tighten it. And this is going to be hanging down, but at least that grabs onto your string and pulls it real tight for you. So then we go to this end, the other end, and we take the end of the string and we go through the hole. What I like to do is pull it all the way through for a second. You can see how much slack it's got, and you know where you're at. So then I take it and back it into that hole. I pull it kind of tight, where, you know, still loose, but it's kind of tight in there. And then from there I pull it back a little bit and then stop there. Then the first thing I do is I take this part, now that's come through, this is the other end, and I bend it over. So now I'm going to wrap it, and this is going to hold it in place as it's twisting around it. So I'm going to try to show you that in the video here. So there's where it's going to be, and I got it bent downward, going like this through the hole here. So the first winding will go around, and once it gets to that point where it's going to go there, I have it like wrap around itself. It's going to hold that wire, that string in place for you. And you'll have a little extra hanging off to the side. But you get it to where it's getting some tension on it. And if we take a look at it, pull this out, see where it's sitting on top of itself. So as the windings go around, it's pushing onto the string and holding the tension on it. If you just wrap it where it's, you know, one next to another, it does have a tendency to slide a little bit. I've seen other people where they literally will go through the hole and they tie this around the string and pull it tight, you know, like this. We'll use this old string for a second. So they wrap it around it, like let's say this is the post. They'll wrap it around the post, just like that, and then bring it into the hole like this, kind of like what we did up there, but they just do it once and then pull it tight like that, and then start wrapping it to try to help hold it in place, or even do it another time, wrap it around a second time, just like you do at the end, and then pull it kind of tight, and then as it goes around and starts pulling, hopefully it'll all hold the tension into place there, and as you pull on it here, it won't come loose as it's getting other strings wrapped, you know, the rest of the string all wrapped around it. Otherwise, if you just go through it straight around it, you pull into the hole and you just let that piece hang there, and then the rest of the string's trying to wrap around it. As you tighten it, it'll slowly start slipping and slipping more, and your string will just take forever to get stretched out and in the right sound. It'll just keep loosening for you, sounding goofy. So without spending way too much time doing each one of them, I just wanted to show you basically what's going on here. So they're all going to be wrapped around and pointing downward, and then I'm going to come through here and just cut this ball end off where the end just kind of closes off there, so it won't ever touch my palm or anything as I'm moving across the guitar. There's nothing like that where the wire just pokes right into you. Makes you not want to play, or you're not able to concentrate on what's going on and everything. So there we go. We'll have some new strings on this guy in just a minute, and we'll see what it sounds like. Alright, I'm all done. It only took a few seconds because well, a minute maybe, because I'm so used to doing it. And I wrote my initials on it. I'm so used to doing that. I'm like the guy that they would always bring the strings to change out the strings. So a couple little easy techniques and simple things, like here you can see where it's wrapped underneath it, going into there. Over here, see where it's wrapped underneath. So I bring it out through the hole and then run the string over it, wind the string over the end of it, so it's pushing tension on it. I always start at the hole and then try to keep them wound pretty nice, you know, nice and straight there. You can see a good one there. That one's not the greatest, but still, you get the idea. It's underneath the string and wrapped on it, so it's not going to go anywhere. And there you can see, so I bring it through and then lay it down flat and then wrap the strings around it so it's pushing on it. Once you get it through the hole, as you start winding it, it's also pushing the string away from that. Let's see if I can show it on this side. See, like that? Nice and tight windings. Nice and tight windings. That one I actually put a little extra string on. I didn't need that much for the G string. I could have stopped. I could have cut that one a little shorter, but whatever, it works. And there you can see how it comes through. It's winding on it. And the big E string, I like to bring it down this way to have it close to lining up as straight as possible. And then same thing here. I'll go through it and then I'll wind it that way to the right. This one I'm doing to the left, that one I'm doing to the right to keep it straight. So this one could have been a little bit better right there. See where it's going across, winding it towards the middle there, trying to get this, trying to wind it over here so it lines up as straight as possible so you don't have a ton of string pull. But anyways, you get the idea. I go in here and then start winding it this way so it lines up right there. Wind it this way so it lines up right in the center. So right there you can see where I put the string underneath it. Wind it around it once to push it up towards the top of the hole, and then the other windings go over it to hold it into place, and I wind it that way to try to get it lined up. There we go. So I got lined up where it's straight as possible to get to the nut, and then from there go flying down the guitar, and I got them all pointing downward and away from me. So this one I got to cut a little shorter, and this was already here. I did that 100 years ago, pushing the string through, trying to do it too fast and scratch my guitar. Just never fixed that up. Scars are like badges of honor on guitars, right? So anyways, twist it, wind it, wrap it around and then over so it points downward, so it's away from your hand. Everything's pointing down and out of the way. These will stretch a little bit, you know. I'll start going like this, just kind of pulling it from the bridge here, trying to keep it straight, and that push it on away from the bridge. Try to keep it straight and then just bend it a little bit with my hand, doing a little flexing, just a little bit to set this knot into place. Once that's into place, the G is really low. So it's not in tune yet, but just keep playing with it and tightening it, and then get it adjusted and you're set. So there's a good way to wrap it. There's all kinds of different ways. You can go through the hole, like I said, put a knot in it, and then tighten it up. That works. Leave the ball end on, and then try to tighten it off from there, but then you got a lot of extra string, so you just have to cut this end off. So if you want to start here, you know, usually I start at the bridge and I bring everything up here, then cut off some of the string. As long as you get 2 or 3 windings, you know, 3 I guess is ideal, but you don't need, what do I got here, like 6. I could have cut that a little shorter and put it all in there, but it all touched. It's not touching. So there's a little bit of room between the actual wood and where the string is. So as long as that's lined up good, this will line up good, and then as straight as possible. And then make sure you're nice and tight with your windings here. Like this one's a little loose. On the steel strings, you can, once you bend it on the first time around the string, you can squeeze that, you know, squeeze that together to kind of hold that spot in place. You know, that's where you want it, and then you can wind those real easy from there. So there you go. Here's how to put strings on a nylon classical guitar. Have a great day, everybody.